I'm delighted to say this time round we've got Paul Kernby and Paul Lossu with us. They're like brothers, the pair of them. They're inseparable. Who wants to start? How long have you two known each other? Come on.
I'll start. I've known Paul since I was a little boy, to be fair.
Really?
Yeah, because I got signed at Brentford and like under 13s, and then Paul was there as well, so he was what, 11, 12, so I've known him since then. And then obviously after Brentford we part ways, and then somehow I see Paul come in at Wimbledon again, so I'm like, Paul, like obviously, yeah, he joined back in with Robbo, so then that relationship just carried on.
You've always been there for each other, haven't you?
Yeah.
Like brothers.
Literally, obviously, when I had to part ways from Brentford, honestly, I was gutted. But it was like a...
It was crying.
I should say it. When I did step back foot into Wimbledon and I saw him again, I was like, no way. I was like, this must be a dream or something. That we're back together, and you know the vibes already coming together in the car. Like the vibes itself is just unbeatable.
Tell us a little bit about that. What's the routine like coming in?
The routine is
yeah.
No, I drive, pick him up,
Okay.
lecture him about how he can't take the foot off the pedal and he's got to stick to it, and then play a bit of music, banter him, and then before we get in again, lecture him again, and then that's about it, like literally every day. Sometimes even sick of me, he keeps his headphones in, and I'm like, hey, take that off. Like,
yeah, I know it's coming, so I just quickly put it in before he gets the chance to even start talking. Wow.
So also fashion. We've got to talk a little bit about that because this man's always on Instagram.
Yeah.
Mr. Ossu here, sharp dressed, about town.
He teaches
He's
me
always there, isn't he?
unreal. Like fashion, Paul's literally up there. Colour coordination at its best.
Yeah.
Right.
To be fair, I got it from him. He's always like, yeah, he likes his Jordans, he likes his outfits. So I was like, you know what? Let me take it.
The man who invented the ski bubble hat.
Yeah.
The legendary ski bubble hat. Is it going to come back this season?
Maybe. No, honestly, it will come back. As soon as it's winter times and I start getting cold now, it's coming back, yeah.
Okay, look, we've got to start talking about football here. We're doing well in the Carabao Cup at the moment, and we've got to talk about that because you got about a concussion in that one. How do you feel now? You're okay?
Feel great. So obviously they have to go through precautions, but apart from that, we're good.
Good. And I mentioned it to you, PK. How did it feel about putting on that captain's armband, seeing us over the line against Charlton? That must have been a proud moment.
Yeah, it was a proud moment to put on the armband, obviously. You feel more like a leader, but for myself, I always play like a leader, and for me, there's 11 captains. Obviously, one man stand up because that's the one the ref has to approach, but you should have 11 leaders on the pitch, and like you're all in a battle together. So it was a proud moment, but it just had to finish the job. So
absolutely. So we may come up against the likes of Dylan Connolly, Mitch Pinnock in the next round, but we want to kind of make progress in that competition as well, yeah?
Yeah, 100%. Each game, whether it's Carabao Cup or league game, is as important as each other. So, yeah.
And the other thing we've got to talk about as well, I mean, what a week it's been, Plough Lane, for you two. You've heard so much about it over the years, and now to finally step at it and to have a full house, what was it like for both of you?
Well, for me, obviously coming off of scoring as well from Charlton, when I stepped in there, like the atmosphere was amazing. I had fans just calling my name, like the love.
Yeah.
Definitely missed the fans, you could tell. But the atmosphere was amazing, and it was great to have them back, honestly, especially at Plough Lane for 30 plus years that they haven't been there. But so, having them back definitely was a good feeling.
Especially for you as well, PK, coming through the academy. What was that moment like?
yeah, for me, it's a massive boost because throughout the years I've heard all the plannings, and like I know Ivo has been talking about it since I was a kid. So for me, it's like everything you told me has come to life. Like we actually done it. So my emotional state was probably the same as the fans. I was delighted, and it's like it's a dream. Like the story of the club is attached to me, and probably all the academy players, because it's such a great story. And for that moment to come alive and you actually go into Plough Lane in the first ever game back. So it's like, it was a great moment. I remember looking around at the fans and they just continuously carried on singing, and the noise and the support for me, no matter how the result went, they would have carried on singing because it was a great moment for the club.
They're doing their bit, aren't they? They really are living up to it. They're creating that atmosphere, and you guys love it. Yeah, you love feeding off that.
That's what I love about our fans. They're so resilient. Like, no matter the score, they're behind us, no matter what. And that's what we love about them.
Absolutely, and they were the other night as well. I mean, the pace we've got in the team at the moment. You know, we've got Henry Lawrence, Abe Basal, Depo Mabude, and yourself. You must be loving this.
And
team. And you, and PK.
100%. Literally, I don't even think I'm the fastest player no more sometimes. But no, the variation and the talent that we have around the club now is like literally everyone can be on rotation. Obviously, everyone's trying to fight for their shirt, but like Robert said, we're just trying to give them a headache, and we're doing that.
It's frightening, isn't it, PK? Because I mean, defenders hate pace. They hate being run at, don't they? And you've got these guys coming at you. It's like you're looking around. So how do I stop them? Yeah, basically.
Yeah, no, as a defender, you don't like running back against your own goal, and you don't want to come up against the fast striker. So I think our pace and the way we play is literally everything we need. So we literally have pace all around the pitch, and the style of football we're playing, I think speed is quite important to get ball playing and find players in 1v1 situation and let them do what they do best. So we literally have so much pace.
I really did feel for you the other night because you were putting in some big challenges as well at the moment. And we did that interview as well towards the end of last season, and it was so close to getting a win the other night as well. Do you sense again that perhaps that run is coming? It's coming again between this team.
Yes, I can sense a run coming, but the only difference is now we're getting the draws and we're learning through the draws. Yeah. So for me, it's like everyone was disappointed in the changing room, like as if we lost. Rightly so, because we know how good we've been in training, how good we can be, and we know where we need to get to. So I feel like a run is coming, and I can see it. Everyone's still focused. Like that game's behind us. Training today was unbelievable. Again, train tomorrow, travel tomorrow. So everyone's literally in the zone, and I can see a run coming. So yeah, we're getting there.
Just to wrap up, because obviously we've got to let you guys get off to a session somewhere as well before 1 o'clock. Sunderland this weekend. To start with you, Paul, of course, as well. I mean, you look back on those days and you're playing Combined Counties League, and now you're going to the Stadium of Light. But for yourself now, it's just like you zone out of that, basically. Yeah, you're not intimidated by that. You're going to thrive on the surroundings, basically.
Yeah, that's me. I thrive under pressure, and I feel like obviously now with the fans back as well behind us, I'm going to thrive even more. Obviously, I get into my headspace on the day and got to do what I've got to do for the team.
Well, I got experience as well of going up to the North East with this man a few years ago for the FA Youth Cup, and Robbo was in charge then, and we went there and we beat Newcastle.
Yeah.
So what were the kind of things that were really key with Robbo as well, trying to get a result up there?
Yeah, no disrespect to Sunderland, but Newcastle's a Premier League club, and at the time we were a youth team in League One. So Sunderland's in our league. They're in our league for a reason, and for where we want to get to, we should be going there with full confidence, which I have no doubt in. Obviously, I always respect my opponent, but at the end of the day, it's 11 men against 11 men, so all you can do is load the odds in your favour, and then let the best man win.
What kind of things has Robbo said? Does that sort of still come back to you that night at St James's Park? That what he was saying then, you know, that we weren't intimidated by that. We were there. We were Wimbledon. We're on a par with them. We're looking to go through here. Like we're going to try and pick up.
The one thing that stood out that he said is, don't play the occasion and don't play against the badge. Play against the players on the pitch. So I've taken that on until this day. So I respect every opponent, every teams, but I never play against the badge. I always play against the players. So that's literally the one thing I retained.
Brilliant. It's been great having you two together. We better let you get off to your session. You've got a 1 o'clock session here, but it's been really good talking to you. Thanks very much for your time.
Thanks.